What up, everybody? Thanks for tuning into this video. I've been enjoying all of the videos that I've been making. Today I'm going to be talking about Lil Durk dissing Tekashi 6ix9ine and this new Drake song, Laugh Now, Cry Later. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe because I'm going to be dropping videos multiple times per day, right? And yeah, make sure you like this video so more people see it. YouTube is my full-time job and music and stuff like that, so it'll just help. But anyways, I want to talk about what it means that he dissed, Tekashi 6ix9ine and how I feel about it. Because 6ix9ine has really been one of the topics of discussion since the middle of this year, the middle of 2020. So I want to talk about what it means for hip-hop, why the diss really don't matter as much as it would matter if he would have did this 10 years ago, and the climate of rap music now, the climate and the culture that we in. I want to talk about all that. So one thing that I noticed is, he kind of came in right after Drake, where Drake was like, can you not play that boy in the club, or can you not play that guy in the club because we do not listen to rap, or we do not listen to that. And Drake was first talking about Pusha T, I guess, because that was one of his biggest battles. I was watching my homie Ruslan's video and he broke that song down as well. But I wanted to focus specifically on the Lil Durk part. So I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play just a little part of the Lil Durk part. You know what, I'm not, because it might get like a little copyright ID. But what he said is, I'm in the club, relax. Do you not play that little boy in the club because we do not listen to rats? And that's what he said. And I mean, directly it points to 6ix9ine. Who else is he going to be talking about? 6ix9ine is known for rap. But the thing is, see, I know Lil Durk is about that life for real. He comes from Chicago. He's from the streets. I got, some people who know him and who hang out with some of his people. So he's really about that life, right? The thing is, 6ix9ine is successful, and no matter what people say about 6ix9ine, he's going to keep being successful. You know what I mean? We're in a different climate of music to where the same rules don't apply that applied 10 years ago in hip-hop. The thing is, people don't care if you live the thing that you rap about nowadays. Mostly it's just entertainment. So people can jab at 6ix9ine, people can throw shots, but it really won't affect him or his money. You know what I mean? Unless he gets shut down by some big rapper, which 9 times out of 10 really ain't gonna happen like it did back in the day when, 50 Cent went at Ja Rule and called him out, and then when they call you out, they expose stuff that the world didn't know, and they expose people for not really living what they live. 6ix9ine can get on a song and talk about shoot 'em up, pull up in the chicken spot, drop them. But then people think it's entertainment because the songs do be banging. If they come on at a party or something like that, you going to turn up to it. You ain't going to be like, oh, this is a snitch. You know what I mean? People still listen to it. And the reason I think this is crazy and significant is because a lot of rappers get into the music scene and they really live what they rapping about. They do all this stuff, rob, shoot, steal, and then rap about it. And they try to stay true to the streets. They try to stay true to their homies, true to the street code, like an artist like Lil Durk. And at the end of the day, you being the guy who really live what you say in your music, it's almost like if you go to jail for that or go to prison or do some dirt just to have street cred. I see a lot of rappers in Detroit go to jail, then they get out, and then they just, boom, their career takes off forever. But it's bro, it's this thing of artists like Lil Durk getting into shootouts. They go back to Chicago. Lil Durk has been doing a better job since he's becoming more mainstream than I've seen other rappers do. But, you see Durk, the rapper from Chicago who just lost his life, RIP, because he wanted to stay true to the streets. He wanted to stay true to his people. And that's what he was comfortable with. He wasn't comfortable. He said it in an interview with DJ Vlad. He wasn't comfortable with going to California, LA, and being around Hollywood people, but it's sad because it's like that comes at the extent of your life because you want to be a real street guy. You want to be this. And I'm not saying go tell. I'm not saying none of that. But all I'm saying is that the climate of rap is changing to where you can diss 6ix9ine for doing what he did. But the sad reality is he can go do some dirt with people, tell on them, and get away with it. And it really won't have any consequences or responsibility or any reactions, or it won't hold its weight. So the sad thing is that, you know, there's so many artists thinking that they got to be, you know, loyal to the streets and then go back and stay and apply these rules of like being a real street guy, when it's like at the end of the day sometimes it holds you back, you know. So I think 10 years ago this disc would have held a lot more weight, but now it's like people will glaze over that and be like, I don't care, whatever, Lil Durk just hating, right? That's what it comes off as. But I mean, I feel where Lil Durk coming from, but at the same time, like, it's like, who, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, people are just going to be like, who cares? You know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. It's just crazy watching this. And it's sad to see so many artists, at the same time, feel like they got to be a thug in their music. They got to talk about killing. They got to talk about violence. And then the labels are putting a bag and putting a lot of money behind these artists. Like, have y'all seen that audition with Bobby Shmurda when he was jumping all on the table and rapping? And it was a room full of, like, you know, older white people who looked like they were rich. It was like some black people in there as well, but it looked like a slave auction. And I'm like, yo, this dude talking about drilling people and gunning them down, and then he about to get rewarded for this. You know, he about to get a lot of money for talking about this and poisoning his people. So it's crazy when I feel like, I'm glad artists nowadays can rap about whatever they want to rap about and be cool, like somebody like Kid Cudi, somebody like Kanye West. But I feel like, man, if you really live in that street life and you're really in it, you know, it is what it is. But for the artists who aren't really in the streets and they rapping about it, knowing that it's cool, you know, that's when it's sad, knowing that the money gonna come with it. You know, that's when it's different. And that's why me, right? I come from the streets, did most of the stuff that comes with the streets, but I'm making a transition to where, like, you know, boom, I got a kid, got a career, traveling, investing in stocks, married. So I want to talk about that in my music and not just glorify everything that I did and lived in the streets, because a lot of people lost their life in the streets and it was really painful. I lost a lot of friends. So I don't want to just talk about that and how, you know, and I don't want to be like, oh, it was so cool, it was so fun, because it wasn't all cool and it wasn't all fun. I'm going to still talk about it, but I'm going to be honest for what it is. And I'm just glad people support me for being my honest self, and me not feeling like I have to remain true to my street code, and at the same time feeling like I ain't got to flex and brag and talking about what I'm doing. When I go back and visit my people in the streets, man, they say, we glad you made it out, Trey. You know, we know this life wasn't good for you. We want better. And now you opening up doors and opportunities for everybody else that want an opportunity in music. You know, you helping out the youth in the hood you grew up in. You coming back, spending time with them. So when Durk did some, it's almost like it don't really mean as much. That's why it didn't really make as many headlines. And it's like, dang, you got an artist like Durk, like, I ain't gonna never tell, I ain't gonna ever do this because I'm a street guy, boom, boom. You know, but at the end of the day, it'll be dope to see a rapper like Durk, you know, move somewhere nice. Moving to the suburbs don't automatically mean you got a good life, and meaning that you're away from problems and issues, because, you know, you move to the suburbs, and then, you know, there's things like racism that come with that. There's things that's like not fitting in because he is a street dude. So, but it'll be dope for him to find somewhere he can move, get away with his family, build a life, kind of get out the streets and leave that alone, but still come back and give his homies jobs, employ them, start an independent company, you know, start your own merch, start your own label, and employ your homies and bring them out of that trap and out of the street life, instead of feeling like you got to remain in the street code and live and die for that. You know, because at the end of the day, man, if he loses life to the streets, 6ix9ine still get to walk free and do what he want to do, and then it really don't matter. You know what I mean? So all I'm saying is that these disses and about being street and rats, it just don't hold the same weight. You know, 6ix9ine's gonna do whatever he want to do and get away with it, and no, you know what I mean? Like, nobody's gonna really be able to touch him because he got security and all that. So for the artists that's watching this now, Because a lot of artists come to me and they think that they gotta rap about guns, drugs, killing, and violence, and I'm like, man, just be yourself. Because at the end of the day, like, people want you for who you are. Don't try to talk like you a thug and not really live it like 6ix9ine. And at the same time, if you have an opportunity to get out the streets and elevate in life, do that. You know what I mean? So if y'all got any questions, throw it in the comments. I'm gonna be in the comments talking back and dialoguing with y'all. But that's how I feel about the diss. You know what I mean? It doesn't hold as much weight, and it's almost like the whole street code and all that ain't